hope comes and stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Good afternoon. I'm not happy with my camera. You guys let me know if it looks out of focus to you. It's out of focus over here. So I'm going to try a trick. Didn't work. All right. I tried. Heck, for all I know, there's something on the lens. So let me know if it's coming through or not. All right. I usually get started about the 3-minute mark. I reset everything on Restream, so hopefully people are getting the notifications. Oh, look at that. I'm even getting, okay, I'm getting notifications over here, so it seems to be working better. Hi, Patricia. Is my camera real fuzzy to you? I'm just curious. I might do it whether the camera's fuzzy or not. I'm a little fuzzy anyway, you know. So, all right. You know, I do wonder sometimes. Thank you. Thank you. It says Facebook user, so I don't know who you are yet. I know who that is because it's evening and that means Patricia's here. Thank you. Yeah. Oh no, it looks kind of messed up with my pregnancy there. There we go. Right. Oh, I'm so sucking it in. I'm sucking it in. My camera's running crazy. Okay. Is the camera fuzzy to anybody else, or can you see it clearly? I just want to know. All right. Today, we're going to talk about a day of homecoming. And it did not point me towards tradition 1, but that's what I'm going to be focusing on today is tradition 1. And the unity of the program, and that we don't do this alone. We do not do this alone. Right? So let's get started. Day of homecoming. So first I'm going to read out of As Bill Sees It on page 229. All right. As sobriety means long life and happiness for the individual, so does unity mean exactly the same thing to our society as a whole. Unified we live, disunited we shall perish. I know I can check my camera. I can just go to my own. It's not. No, it's messed up. All right. Gonna have to work on that. Well, we're gonna have to deal with fuzzy. So sobriety and happiness for the individual, those are our steps. Okay. And then we have something unity. Oh, God, I just can't look at the camera. All right, I'm going to go on to the next paragraph here. We must think deeply of all those sick ones still to come to AA as they try to make their return to faith and to life. We want them to find everything in AA that we have found, and yet more, if that be possible. No care, no vigilance, no effort to preserve AA's constant effectiveness and spiritual strength will ever be too great to hold us in full readiness for the day of their homecoming. So what we are talking about is making sure that there is an AA for the people coming in. Okay, for the new people. Stupid. Give 'em. I'm a Virgo, and so never mind. I'm in a mood. Let's just go with that. All right, tradition one: our common welfare should come first. Personal recovery depends upon AA unity. Um, maybe if I get real close. No. Seeing my pre-screen over here looks just fine, but gosh. Okay. So, and quit laughing at me. It's all right. You can laugh at me. I'm used to it. I'm laughing at me. The unity of Alcoholics Anonymous is the most cherished quality our society has. Period. It's our unity. It's our togetherness. Okay. And it doesn't matter where you go, what state you're in, it doesn't matter what country you're in, you're still going to find the fellowship of Alcoholics Anonymous. And you're going to find people there that understand who you are, even if you can't speak the language. Our lives, the lives of all to come, depend squarely upon it. We stay whole or AA dies. Without unity, the heart of AA would cease to beat. Our world arteries would no longer carry this life giving grace of God. His gift to us would be spent aimlessly. Back again in the caves, alcoholics would reproach us and say, what a great thing AA might have been. I'm hoping that what this is doing is making you feel responsible. Okay? We have to become a part of something. We alcoholics need to be a part of something or we perish. Okay? Even though we're a lonely people, even though most of us end up drinking alone, we need each other, or it's very hard to make it. Does this mean, someone anxiously asks, that in AA the individual doesn't count for much? Is he to be dominated by his group and swallowed up? Yep, sure is. No. Do you think I'd be in AA if that's what happened? No. There's not in anything, I have not found anything in AA which has disqualified me or made me not feel a part of. Okay. That might be easier for me because I'm a white, older male. Okay. And I have to remember that stuff too. Doesn't mean it's been easy for me just because everything's kind of, the writing is geared towards somebody like me, you know. And some people but even then there's stuff in there that doesn't apply to me. So, all right. So we look for the similarities. All right. We may certainly answer this question with a loud no. We believe there isn't a fellowship on earth which lavishes more devoted care upon its individual members. Surely there is none which more jealously guards the individual's right to think, talk, and act as he wishes. No AA can compel another to do anything. Nobody can be punished or expelled. Our 12 steps to recovery are suggestions. The 12 traditions, which guarantees AA unity, contain a single don't. They repeatedly say we ought, but never you must. To many minds, all this liberty for the individual spells sheer anarchy. Every newcomer, every friend who looks at AA for the first time is greatly puzzled. They see liberty verging on license, yet they recognize excuse me, yeah, that AA has an irresistible strength of purpose and action. How, they ask, can such a crowd of anarchists function at all? How can they possibly play their common welfare first? What in heaven names hold them together? Yeah, that's where God comes along and sets his grace upon the group conscious, right? Absolutely. It's all about grace. It's all about God. See, that's where we can, it's the one of the things that we can agree on, right? That you get to have your higher power. I get to have my higher power. I get to have my own thoughts, my own opinions. Okay. Is that going to match everybody else in the group? No, it's not going to. Is that going to make us any less of friends? No, it's not going to do that either. I don't even care who you voted for. That does not determine my friendship with you. Nah. Those who look closely soon have the key to this strange paradox. The member has to conform to the principles of recovery. Let's just put it this way: we need some structure, and without rules, we're lost. Okay, I'm going to redo that. I need structure, and without it, I'm lost. I don't know what to do. I will be directionless. That's why I love the program. There's always a direction, always. His life actually depends upon obedience to spiritual principles. Oh shit, they told us not to do anything, but now they're telling us we have to be obedient. It's the paradox. It's the paradox. If he deviates too far, the penalty is sure and swift. He sickens and dies. And that happened with me. Of course, I sickened, but I didn't die. Right? I went back out. Okay. And I do get why. You know. And I'll tell you, I stepped out of the sunlight of the spirit. It is as simple as that. But I was relapsing for a good 2 years before I actually drank. Okay. My anger started to come back. I wasn't going to meetings. I didn't have a sponsor. Certainly wasn't working the steps or the principles. And when I decided to start doing it on my own, I would try and enforce those things. And guess what? It didn't work. It didn't work. Why? Because I wasn't sober. I wasn't sober and I wasn't around recovery. Moreover, he finds he cannot keep this priceless gift unless he gives it away. Neither he nor anybody else can survive unless he carries the AA message. The moment this 12 step work forms a group, another discovery is made that most individuals cannot recover unless there is a group. Realization dawns that he is but a small part of a great whole, that no personal sacrifice is too great for preservation of the fellowship. A couple weeks ago, I had a friend who kind of was asking me, I know you don't make much money, but why? And this is it right here. For me, it's about personal sacrifice. Um, I had 12 years of sobriety. I went back out, and I'm just glad with God. I'm happy God took me back because He gave me a beautiful life, okay, with children and everything. And I took a big dump on it. So I didn't think He was going to take me back. I was scared. I can still feel it. Started make my eyes swell up a little bit. But there was a lot of things I had to give up. Most of them in the areas of comfort and materialistic things. I gave up a lot of things. I'll never be rich. Maybe I don't know. I might be rich someday. It would be nice to have money, but I feel responsible, right? And I know this is just me, okay? But I was gone for 15 years, and while I was gone, this and I was back drinking, the state of Colorado went from being 7th in the nation to being 48th. Now rooms say things like, if you're willing to be a sponsor, please raise your hand. These are backwards. And I know several old timers that would say, this is wrong. This is wrong. Okay. But it's still a change that's made. I don't know. See, as a group, you're autonomous and you can do it any way that you want. Do you know that? So he learns he learns that the clamor of desires and ambitions with him must be silenced whenever these could damage the group. It becomes plain that the group must survive where the individual will not. And I was just down at the Primary Purpose Club. I signed up to speak for my birthday. So I'm going to actually go to an actual speaker meeting for my 7th birthday, which is coming up in April. Still a little ways away. Okay. But if you don't sign up a couple months early, you don't get a spot. Then I also talked to the manager of the club. So remember, this is not AA. It's a club that holds AA meetings. So therefore, we can do things that are different. Somebody had brought up, and it's one of the managers of the club, hey, we need to build our, people back, our membership back up. Okay. We didn't ever used to have that problem in the 90s. There was always, the rent was always paid. It was always paid. So I talked to him a little bit, and I said, we need to get our butts over to the detoxes and the treatment centers and stuff, and let's work on building our membership back up. I'd be happy to help you guys with that. And I'm gonna go down there once a week and volunteer. Well, I'm probably gonna do it once every 2 weeks and then maybe switch to every week. So see how that works? I'm sacrificing my time, my energy, and my knowledge. Yes, this is knowledge. This is experience from my years past. It's from my sales. It's from this. It's from that. I'm an attraction rather than promotion person. I'm the kind of person where if you come and talk to me, you're going to walk away with some hope because that's how I work. Okay. I'm going to let you know some other things about me. I don't care about your feelings, but I will not go out of my way to intentionally hurt you. Okay. Does that make sense? I can't walk around hoping I don't hurt other people's feelings. If I did something wrong, I will make amends for it immediately. I have no problem with that. The 10th step is beautiful. It allows you to be human, for God's sakes. Take it. Take it. So, at the outset, how best to live and work together as groups became the prime question. In the world about us, we saw personalities destroying whole peoples. Okay, what are those? Those are the people that rewrite the wheel or reinvent the wheel. Okay, they're the bullies that I talk about. They tout AA, but you'll never see them in a meeting. Yeah. They do things like they do things like sit at hotels and troll for clients. You you know what, that scares me. Not only is it number one disgusting and body brokering, but number two, a lot of recovery coaches are young women. Do I need to say anything else? They're not even protecting their own people. Give me 1 second. All right, we got another paragraph to go, and then we'll finish this up because that's my wife, and I love you guys, but my wife comes first. Um, if strong people were stalemated in the search for peace and harmony, what was to become of our erratic band of alcoholics? As we had once struggled and prayed for individual recovery, just so earnestly did we commence to quest for the principles to which AA itself might survive. On anvils of experience, the structure of our society was hammered out. Countless times in many cities and hamlets, we reenacted the story of Eddie Rickenbacker and his courageous company when their plane crashed in the Pacific, which is a true story, but I don't know it. Like us, they had suddenly found themselves saved from death, but still floating upon a perilous sea. How well they saw that their common welfare came first. None might be selfish of water or bread. Each needed to consider the others, and abiding in faith, they knew they must find their real strength. And this they did in measure to just transcend all the defects of their frail craft, every test of uncertainty, pain, fear, and despair, and even the death of one. Thus it has been with AA. By faith and by works, we have been able to build upon lessons of an incredible experience. They live today in the 12 traditions of Alcoholics Anonymous, which, God willing, shall sustain us in unity for so long as He may need us. All right. It's all about God. All right. I got to wrap it up. I'm sorry. There is a lot more I could say on this. Yeah. All right. Stay in unity. A little bit of sacrifice. It's all right. I love you guys. Peace out and have a day.